In this video, I want to talk through what your brand says about your business. And basically, your brand is your mission statement in bite-sized form. And what it does is it instantly conveys to your customers or your potential customers information about your business, about what your business stands for. Is your business cutting edge or traditional? If you're a tech company, then obviously you want to have a different type of branding than if you are running a long established gentleman's outfitters. Is it caring or is it aggressive? If you're running a nursing home, then obviously your branding is going to be different from if you're running a security company. What sort of market are you aiming at? Is it upmarket? Is it middle market? Is it down market? All three have their place and all three are markets to be marketed to. And of course, colors play a very important role in your brand. And a while back, the good people at Entrepreneur magazine looked into all this, and this is what they discovered. With red, it's associated with the intensity of blood and fire. It makes you feel active, emotional, passionate, trust, love, and intensity. And examples of branding that includes red are things like YouTube and Red Bull, which is an energy drink. Then there's blue, and blue is associated with the depth and stability of the sky and sea. And what does it make you feel? Well, comfort, faith, conservative, understanding, clarity, and trust. And examples include Samsung and the Ford Motor Company. Yellow is associated with the energy and joy of sunshine, and it makes you feel joy, alive, energetic, and fresh. And examples include Ferrari and McDonald's. Green is associated with the harmony of nature, and it makes you feel calm, relaxed, trust, and peaceful. And examples include Google Android and Starbucks. Purple is associated with the luxury of royalty, and it makes you feel glamorous, powerful, nostalgic, romantic, and introspective. And examples of this include Yahoo and FedEx. Then there's orange, and this is associated with the happiness of sunshine and the tropics. And it makes you feel enthusiastic, creative, determined, and it stimulates mental activity. And examples of this in action include the logos for Firefox and the branding for Fanta, which is a brand of soft drink. Then we've got black, which is associated with formality and the mystery of the night, and it makes you feel bold, serious, and luxurious. And examples include BlackBerry and Tiffany & Co. Then there's pink, and that's associated with feminine traits, and it makes you feel love, sweet, warm, sexuality, and nurtured. And examples include Barbie, the doll made by Mattel, and LG Electronics. And finally, we have brown. And brown is associated with the nurturing trait of Mother Earth. And it makes you feel reliability, support, and dependability. And examples of this in use include UPS, their logo is brown, their vans are painted brown, and so on, and M&M's, the candy. Something else that your brand says about your business is consistency. Once people start to get a particular type of experience, and hopefully that's going to be a positive experience from your business, and they begin to associate your brand with that consistency, with that experience, it's very easy to then roll that out across other platforms and across other locations, particularly if you're offline. And people will know exactly what sort of experience they are going to get from your brand, from purchasing your brand, from visiting your premises, or from visiting your website. And I just want to show you two companies that do this very, very well, in my opinion. The first one is 7-Eleven. Now, I better explain if you're watching this video in a market where 7-Eleven doesn't operate. 7-Eleven is a franchised chain of grocery stores, of convenience stores. And they were originally founded in Dallas, Texas in the United States, and they've now been expanded all around the world, mainly in North America, Europe, and Asia. And the company is now called 7-Eleven, but originally it was called the Southland Corporation. And the brand is actually a very simple one, and the best brands are, of course, always the simplest. The name of the brand comes from the original opening hours of the stores. They were originally open from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. And they've got a logo that is colorful and instantly recognizable, and you can see it here. And of course, we've just been talking about the different colors that go into it, and that again sums up a lot of things about 7-Eleven. And the other thing about 7-Eleven is that their signage and the way that they lay out all the stores is very, very similar and instantly recognizable. And if you look at the photographs on the left-hand side of the frame here, if we go round clockwise from the upper left, you see there's a 7-Eleven in Canada, and this one has a filling station attached to it. There's one in Norway, which is on the corner of an older building. Below that there is one in the Philippines, which is on the street level of a newer building. And then there's one in Indonesia, which is in a shopping center or a shopping mall, or something like that. And you can tell immediately by looking at them that each store is a 7-Eleven. You're not going to mistake it for any other type of store. The logo is prominent, the branding is the same, the stripes around the outside of the building are identical in each market where it operates. And if you were to go inside, you would find that the layout of the store is very similar. You'll find that the packaging is very similar. Obviously there'll be some differences in language, and the products will vary slightly depending on the market. But all in all, there's going to be a consistency in design across the board. Let me show you another example. And that's Barnes & Noble. And Barnes & Noble is a chain of bookstores mainly in North America. And you can see we were talking about the colors earlier on. There's the colors in their logo. This is their new logo. And it's very simple and it's very easy to recognize. And if we look at the pictures on the left again, you can see that in the upper left-hand corner there, that is their flagship store in New York City. And that's got their old logo over the door. But the one next to it, that's in a mall in California, and you can see that's got their newer logo. But the color schemes are very similar. And down below, these two photographs were taken by the same photographer, but they are actually at different locations in Virginia. And you'll notice that the layout of the stores are similar. One store has carpet on the floor, another has tiles, but they're the same color. The bookshelves are the same. The layout is consistent. The ceilings are the same. If you notice the way that the lights are in the ceiling in the lower pictures, and if you look at the one in the mall in California, you can just about make out that the lighting is the same. So you have this consistency across the brand. So when somebody goes into a Barnes & Noble bookstore, they know that they're in a Barnes & Noble bookstore. They know that they're not in a different type of bookstore. So they know what the product range is going to be. They know what the quality is going to be, and they know that it's going to be consistent in every Barnes & Noble bookstore. And you'll see that Barnes & Noble carries this over to their online presence as well. This is the Barnes & Noble website at barnesandnoble.com, and you can see that it's got their logo, it's got their branding, it's got their color scheme and layout, and you can see how the offline branding that Barnes & Noble have ties in with the online branding that they have as part of their website.